then I'm going to check you. All right, you can be seated. Listen, we thank God for what the Lord is doing. Bless the Lord for, listen, Pastor Sam. Amen. Now, notice now, listen. I hope you guys were paying attention to some of the things that he said. Basically, all the things that he said. He said some key things. Let me share something with you. He made the statement, he said, when I come in, I try to come in with something. So that means the Lord gives you something. Is that correct? Listen to me. And he said, he said, because I don't know whether he's going to call on me. Let me tell you what the Lord had told us, and he told me this I don't know, probably 2 years ago, better, something like that. He said, no one in here now that has been here, that has been under this teaching for a while, and they have a calling on their life, he said, you don't have to give them any type of notification as to when they're going to speak. Some people you have to give them 3 weeks. And then when they come, they ain't got about 15 minutes. 3 weeks. I can give you a 15-minute sermon right now. Jesus love you. That's what you started doing? Yeah, Jesus love you. Jesus love you. 15 minutes of going around telling people Jesus love you, Jesus love you. 15, all I want to do is get my 15 minutes out the way. It took you 3 minutes, 5 minutes per week. And so they feel like that I have to give them this length of time to prepare a message. No. You got the calling on your life. The Holy Spirit is in you. He'll lead you into all truth. He'll lead you into all things. So if he will, you don't think he'll give you? He said key words, faith or fear. Where you at? So if that's true, then what God has given you, I don't have to give you, listen. Jesus taught the disciples. They followed him. They looked. They saw. They listened. One day you're going to do this. So they listened. They learned. One day you're going to do this. Because I'm going to empower you to do this. And before he left, he sent them out in twos. And he gave them instructions on what to do. Now, if you were there doing other things, but you were following him, when he sent you out, you were a weight to the person he sent you with. Because you were not paying attention. But you know the key to it is he took people that weren't caught up in religion. See, religion tells you need a month to prepare for this. That's religion. You got the same spirit in me is in you. So if that same spirit is in me, there are days that I come here, Sundays that I come here, that I don't have nothing. But by faith, when I speak, something comes out. And God gives a message. Sometimes I have things written down. It's not a thing to where, well, why you write it down, Pastor, if you ain't going to use it. I don't know how God is going to use me on whatever given day. But I'm ready. He told me, he said, there'll be days when I will give you a word to give to the people. Okay? I like those days better. Because when God gives you something, I got something to tell you that God gave me. But what about when God don't tell you something and you're pastoring? What are you going to do? Well, I'm waiting on the Lord. Call the people up and tell them there ain't no church this Sunday because I'm waiting on the Lord to give me a word. And the Lord didn't give me a word yet, so I'm waiting. And the Lord said, I'm testing you. Not tempting, testing you. One of the things that the Lord taught me about, Pastor, I know this ain't got nothing to do with a Mother's Day. If you want to know about Mother's Day, go to Proverbs 31. Who can find a virtuous mother? She's more precious than rubies. And you know a lot of our mothers were not like that. But we thank God for mothers. But one of the things that the Lord taught me was he didn't give me a message, but I had to preach. Not here, in another church. I had to preach. And I'm saying, oh, God, you got to give me a word. God, you got to give me. Now the time is, that day came. God still ain't saying nothing. Now your hour is here. God still ain't saying nothing. What is going on, man? This ain't right. God, you ain't gave me nothing. Luke 4 and 18. Y'all got that? All right. Just to make sure that, because you got Bible scholars in here. You got to make sure you give them a scripture. So I'm going to go over Luke 4 and 18 too. But listen now. And so what he did was, here is the hour. My hour is here. I got to preach this message. God, you ain't give me nothing. What am I going to do? I'm panicking because God didn't give me nothing. And I tried to read scriptures, and it just wasn't coming together, man. What are you saying? God didn't give me nothing. And the moment the time of truth came, and I'm sitting up there, and okay, well, we're going to present unto you. We go through this. People love to be recognized, Oh, we calling up this great man of God. He's coming up, and all this stuff, you get all this stuff, Graffiti's going all over the place. He comes up through all the graffiti and stuff, and here he is, Pastor King. Come on, just give my amen where amen is due, and all this stuff. And I'm saying, God, you ain't giving me nothing. I don't know what to tell these people. And the moment I started speaking, God started giving me everything that I needed to say. And I asked the Lord afterward, why did you do that? Because he told me, and this is what he told me, you would have altered the message. And I could not give it to you for you to contaminate it. Pick his head up. Listen, sir. Young man, sit right here. I want everybody to look at him. He tell me, said, he come to church, he don't get no sleep at home. That's what he told me. He don't get no sleep at home, so he come to church to sleep. Not this day here. Because I believe if you can go outside there and play after church over with, you can sit up in here and you can listen to what I got to say. Now, I ain't saying that he do it every Sunday. If it was another Sunday, then I can understand. But he gonna sit right here and listen to what I say. Matter of fact, he gonna say a few words to y'all too. Let me hold that mic right now. So make sure he ain't sleeping. So next Sunday, he probably won't come to church no more. The Lord had to show me in a message. He really want to hurt me too, boy. He mad. He want to hurt me. But that's all right, Katisa. He'll be all right. The Lord had told me some time ago, he said, this week right here, he said, you're being distracted by little things. And I was telling her, but it's Friday night. I was telling her about it yesterday. And I was in a dream. And in a dream, we were in service, and people were getting healed, and people were getting delivered. That's a lot of people. But the thing about it, the building wasn't big enough for all the people. And I'm saying, oh, my goodness, man, we got a problem. And people all up here. And I'm trying to get through the people to get to people that were whatever condition they had, and it was just crowded. People were getting healed, but it was crowded. From time to time, somebody would say something. Like one young man, I would tell him about a young fellow. Tell his mama, I want some milk. I said, what? he sends a word up to his mama who was helping and said, I want some milk. I said, what? The world is boy want milk. So I go to him and I said, listen, let me tell you something. You are not a child. You are not a child. And we are not going to treat you like a child. You ain't getting no milk until the service over with. That's it. Well, all I wanted was some milk. So I said, well, somebody go get this boy a bottle of chocolate milk and bring it back and give to this baby some milk. He wanted some chocolate milk. In the middle of the service. Distraction. Then he pops up. Distraction. Let me tell you something. Whenever God uses you mightily, husband or wife, children, I mean, whatever you are, you call it, whatever, watch your children. Because if the enemy can't get you, he's coming after them. All right? Whenever you make your mind up to move into God, he's coming after your children because he can't get you. So he's coming after them to bring distraction to you. Now, there are people who want me to discipline him. This is disciplining. He's going to pray in a little bit. All right? He's going to pray in a little bit. He sing that song in here, Do It Again. He going to really need God to do it again. Whatever God began. And God, listen, the God that begun a good work, he'll complete that which he has begun. But let me get back to what I was talking about. Listen, God told me, and some time ago, he said, you don't have to give them no warning as to when I speak to them. That's what he told me. I speak to them. Here's what you get caught up in. You know what God told me? No, what he told you. He told me the day the sun is going to shine. If he told you that, then you have a word. All you have to do is build on what God told you. Okay, well, if he told me the sun going to shine, let me go into the scripture and find something that deal with that. Remember when the battle was going on and Joshua was running out of daylight? And he prayed. Now you're connected. You go to Genesis 1. God created the heavens and the earth. Now you're connecting. All right? Listen now. I'm not giving you no warning. And don't tell me, Pastor, give me this length of time to get this thing together. No. Now is your time. I don't want to hear what you got to say next week. I want to hear what you got to say now. Sing it out, preach it out, pray it out, but make sure that you get it out. He told me this 2 years ago. I just haven't been really pushing the issue. And then God used him to really convict me because he said, every time I come to church, I try to come with something because I don't know. And he didn't know. Who asked you that? Your wife asked you? And you said no. I had no intentions on calling you. No intentions on calling you. The next thing is like this with me. God told me, he said, don't worry about the ones who don't want to do. Take the ones that make themselves available and go. So when I come to you and you give me some type of whatever, I probably won't come back. Well, Pastor, man, God working on me. Okay, well, good. That's conversation over with. The next time you are be used, it will be somebody put on a program and choose you. Because it will not be me coming to you to ask you. Because you already told me you're not ready. One young brother told me, he ain't here today. Hey, Brother Joe, you know. Listen, He told me, he said, God working with me. God's still working on me. I said, well, give me the part he already complete. Give me the part he already completed. Because if he's still working on you, something he has finished. Give me that part. It's like a person that has a car. You ever driven a car? When the person say, listen, okay, listen, this need to be fixed, but you can drive it. But this need to be fixed. But you can go ahead and drive it. It'll work. Well, let me do it like this right here. You ever driven a car with the check engine light on? The check engine light means something is wrong. But you drove that car with that check engine light on it. And some of us driving cars right now with check engine light. Because one on in mind, check engine light. The man told me, said, listen, I can fix the car, but it's going to cost you $2,000 to get it fixed. You can drive it like that. I said, listen, the check engine light ain't bothering me. It is not red. It's amber. It's yellow. So it's not bothering me. Or orange, whatever color yours might be. It's not bothering me. I start the thing up, it starts up. I put it in gear, it goes. Why stop a good thing? Do I like check engine lights to be on cars? No. But will I give him $2,000 to correct a problem that I can keep driving? No. Keep right on driving. Now that's a truck. Now that's my truck. That's not that car. That car had a check engine light on. No, we can find out what's wrong with this. Okay, that means something is wrong, but at the same time, I already know what's wrong. But I'm going to drive it just like that. Happily do. Been driving like that over a year. Happily. Drive it sometime, the other light comes on. Put some gas in me. You ever driven one like that? This is the problem husband and wife have. Wife drives out all the gas, gives the car back to the husband, no gas. Husband drives out all the gas to get her back. I see you, nephew. Gives the car back, no gas. Man, I ain't feel like going to the gas tank. My son, if you fall on that floor right there, you will stay right there. Listen, listen, a young lady I know, I looked at her car and said, man, would you wash the car? Get the car washed. Go right into the $5 car wash thing. It's $5. The people wash it for you, just give them $5. Come on, man, it ain't but $5, man. I ain't feel like going to no car wash. A young lady told me that. I'm going to put gas in my car. Okay, go ahead. She go put gas in the car. Come back 30 minutes later, car wash, gas in the car. Well, what happened? We got it so easy that people will wash our car for us for $5. We take it for granted. Now, I could have easily said, okay, Mother's Day is coming up, and I need to do everything that I can to make your mother. Dang, but one day. How about all the Mother Days? I'm not gonna wash that car. So it don't need to start right now. Carry the car right there, $5. They'll wash it for Mother's Day. Matter of fact, I'll give you the $5. You carry it. What happens to a woman who has no husband? What does she do? What do you do, ma'am? Take it to the car wash. Take it to the car wash. Take it to the car wash. It was $5, man. $5. If you can drive it, you can take it for $5 and get it clean. You ain't have no choice. You should have called the men of the church and let them come wash your car. You evangelist. Bless the Lord for you guys on YouTube. I'm talking to this young lady right here about her automobile and how a mother should keep her automobile clean. Young lady said, what kind of preaching is this? I know you want a Mother's Day message, but I'm telling you, I speak to you as ministers, okay? Because there are going to be times when you're going to be doing for the Lord and there is no break to celebrate Mother's Day. So what do you do? What are you going to do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? When there is no break to celebrate Mother's Day, you move forward in what God is calling you. God will give you time to celebrate things. He will not deprive you of that right. But at the same time, God is going to teach you what needs to be taught. Let me tell you something. We are so close to the end. What time do you have to play? He said it best. Look, all these people getting killed. God used me mightily. God used me mightily. God used me mightily. Listen now, you saying this. God used me mightily. God used me mightily. God used me mightily. God used me mightily. One day God gonna use me mightily. And then when the one day comes, no, not today. Pick a day when you want God to use you mightily. And tell him, okay, God, this time in 2021, on, what is the day? May 12th? On May the 12th, 2021, use me mightily. Use me mightily. That'll give you a chance to build up. That's what we need to do. Pick a day. Instead of saying, God, use me mightily, because that could be any day. God, use me mightily. God, I want you to, God, I'm available. God, I make myself available. And God said, I want to use you mightily. I want to do great things through you. But you have limitations. You'll tell me where you won't go. You'll tell me who you won't talk to. For God so loved the world. That's unsaved people. That's everybody in this world, basically. Because we were all unsaved. That's everybody in this world. So how you going to pick and choose as to who God sent you to? He could send you to someone who really dislike you. He loves you. Religion teaches us. This is how you do it now. Religion. All right, Pastor, now religion says you got to give them this length of time. That's religion. Relationships say, okay, God, I'm always available. I want to give a word whenever you speak. Because there are times when God will speak to you at night. And you can share that word in the morning. All right? He promised to give you daily bread. Your daily bread. It ain't so much about the physical food. It's spiritual word. The Bible said to study. Brother James said it best. Know your material. Schubert says that a lot. Know your material. Why? How many people take notes of services and different places that you've gone? Take notes. Well, you got a lot. You compound that stuff, oh my God, you got, man, please, you open up and, man, you could really teach some things. You could really share some things. But Sam, fear. Fear. Because you're searching for your identity in Christ. You're trying to find out who you are. Trying to find out how you should preach it. Remember when the Juanita movement, the Juanita Bynum movement was great? People try to preach like Juanita. They got on sheets wrapped around them. And they going around, no more sheets. And they're going around there. Done take your bed sheet off of your bed, walking around. No more sheets. Walking around. Trying to preach like. Then when she fell, because that's who you duplicating, you fall. Now you don't hear much about her. She's still out there. Now you don't hear much about her. We don't hear much about you no more. She was not your example. Christ is. I've tried all this stuff, T.D. Jakes, trying to do like T.D. Jakes, all this stuff. It don't work. It don't work for me. It worked for him. That's what God called him to. God give you a unique style. It'll work for you. That's what he anointed. He anointed that unique style that he placed in you. A unique style that God placed in you. All right? Who got the other microphone? God gave you a unique style. Listen now. Don't run. If a demon manifests in here. You all love the Lord, right? Don't leave me. The Lord said, watch. People, watch who comes in and out. You have to watch. I'm ready. I'm ready. God called me. He gave me power and authority. Pastor, I got your back. Let me show you what they mean, got your back. When Pastor move, you move. Behind me now. Pastor, I got your back. When I move, you move. When I stop, you stop. That's how they was with Jesus. He gave us power and authority. Listen. Anytime God has anointed a place, the enemy has the right to show up to test you and whom God has anointed for that place. All right? You can contaminate the anointing by the word he used, fair, is a contamination to the anointing. He has anointed me for what? To be contaminated? No, he has anointed. Let me tell you what the Lord told me. He said, this is the last couple of weeks. He said, watch the people that try to connect to you, because what they're doing is they're using your talkingness to attach themselves to you because you like to talk. And so what they're doing is, pastor like to talk, so the enemy in them is trying to attach itself to you because you're talking. But my eyes and ear, they're open. So I listen to key words and I watch your body movement. See, your body movement tells me what's in you. Pastor, are you watching people's body movement? Oh, yeah. Your body language tells me a lot. Your body language tells me you're on assignment. Then the Lord told me, he said, the enemy, when it's in people, certain people, not everybody, love to give. So he said, watch the givers. Just all of a sudden want to give to you. He said, but take the gift that they give, because that will allow me to do a thing in their soul. Take it. But their ultimate goal is to try to win you so they can attach themselves to you. Now I'm going this way for a reason. Jesus wept. Happy Mother's Day. All right. Proverbs 31, verse 1. All right. Isn't it the time to talk about Proverbs 31 right now? If you are not, and I understand the setting. The setting is key. Because if one spirit act up, others will act up with it. Now, I can teach in such a way that I can cause one spirit, through the Spirit of the Lord, one spirit to identify another spirit. And I don't really want to do that because I don't want to embarrass you on Mother's Day. If God has sent you to this church, he sent you because he wants to anoint you. The next thing is, in Deuteronomy chapter 2, make sure. No, chapter 8, verse 2. Chapter 8, verse 2. Deuteronomy 8, verse 2. This is what God is doing in some of you. Some of you can't take this. You can't take a season of silence. Between Malachi, the book of Malachi, and the book of Matthew is how many years? 400 years of silence. Some people can't take a season of silence. The enemy really will destroy you. God ain't saying nothing. You can't deal with it. God give me something. God give me something. God give me this. God told me to tell you this. God, okay, that's good. That's good. What else? The devil tell me to leave the church. Leave? I mean, listen to your God. If your God have told you to leave the church, do what your God told you to do. If he's the devil, he's not your God. Stand up. Stand up. Play a song. Let's go. Watch him.